board members and Dr. Simpson, and to each of you. This is our 2019-20 budget guide, and if you can, the screen is behind you. Somehow take a look that way. They say that the third time is a charm, and so with that, I'm going to give it a go. So if you're looking at the screen, our budget overview for this year, once again, we're just informing you that our budget is structured around the estimate of needs that it's presented to us by our auditors and then approved by the Logan County Excise Board. This year we have prepared a fairly conservative budget, and we have captured our unexpected expenditures as well from our cyber attack and our SRO site coverage and teacher pay increases. Our 2019-20 estimate of needs. In the first column, our general fund, the current year, the budget has been estimated at $26.9 million. That is an increase of $1.5 million from last year at this time. And as you can see, our carryover is included of $3.3 million and miscellaneous revenue estimates of $18.3 million and ad valorem tax estimates at $5.2, which normally is estimated at 90% by our auditors. So our budget fund, our building fund, I'm sorry, the carryover is $740,000. You can see that we're a little short than we were prior to last year at this time by $32,989. But with that, our estimate for our ad valorem tax has increased by $31,321, almost a wash there. So we're just short $1,600 roughly. So they have a total budget of $1.485 million. In our child nutrition fund, their carryover was $115,000, down from last year, but this year is a full school year with us starting in August, and so we are looking for that to bounce back. As you see in the miscellaneous revenue estimates, $51,000 has been estimated as an increase for this year, and that is due to our federal reimbursements that we anticipate. So they have a total budget of $1.47 million. And then in our school age care fund, that is consistent from last year, $75,619. And then our sinking fund millage levy has increased to 16.9 from 14.12, and that is based on our net assessed value of our property to carry that levy. With that, our revenue sources for 2018-19 is fairly consistent as it has been roughly over the last 7 years. 63% of our revenue is encompassed from our state sources, state aid, ad valorem, what have you. Local sources fall next in line at 25%, and then our federal sources, 8%, and leaving county sources at 4%. Budget guidelines for our general fund. So this year, the general fund, as always, the board has a policy of carrying over a building fund or carry over a 12% fund balance. And as of June 30th, 2019, I'm happy to report that our fund balance held at 12% with a $3.3 million carryover. And this was an increase of $386,000 from June 30th, 2018. Our initial state aid revenue for this fiscal year is $704,000 more than was actually collected in FY 2018-2019. Our midterm allocations in December are expected to result in an increase in revenue, and this is including our chargeables being accounted for, and it's due to our increased weighted ADM. We do have a little growth in this year that we're happy and pleased with, and so with that and our growth of our ad valorem tax, we do anticipate a small midterm adjustment. And our increased net assessed valuation of our property in FY19 resulted in an additional 4.39% growth. Total dollars, as you see, $160 million versus $153. And our bond fund council estimated that to be 4.5, so we came in just a little below that. And with our sinking fund levy, we promised that we would have a target of 17%, and we came in at 16.9, so we're definitely pleased with that. General fund carryover analysis. So here I have a 7-year analysis, and I just wanted to show you how the carryover has played out. So in FY13, we were at 3.2 million, and as you see, there was a decline over the next years with the fiscal year 2016 taking a heavy hit, and that is the year that we had staff reductions mainly due to attrition. And so then you see that the pendulum is moving back up towards the right, which is what we want, with 2.4 million in FY17, 18, 2.9, and at FY19, we are at our highest fund balance carryover in the last 7 years. Since Dr. Simpson has been here, we see that this has progressively moved up, and he has the highest fund balance at this time, just like 2 bond proposals passed. So we're moving definitely in the right direction for the district. Our net assessed valuation, as you see, contemplates the same way as the fund balance. We have grown since FY16, and we consistently are growing, and that is largely due to the property within our district growing. In our general fund revenue analysis, this is a summation of our 2017 actual, our 2018 actual, and our 2019-20 projected. So if you see our local revenues in the first green block, we are estimating that our projected revenue for local sources will be 5.8 million. In our intermediate sources, which is our Fort County meal, I can not even see my slide, but you can see it, is 905,000. And then in our state sources, which does include our foundation and salary incentive aid there, you can see, okay, 10,275,000 does include our midterm adjustment amount that we're estimating. Page 2 of the general fund revenue analysis. We continue with our state sources. As you can see, the projected amount is 15.9 million. Federal sources have increased to 2.1 million. And our non-revenue sources, which is our fund transfers, 220,000. And our fund balance carryover is included right there at that point at 3.3 million. So our estimated revenue for FY 19-20 is 28.4 million with expenses of 25.3 million, which would leave us at approximately 3.1 million, which is 12% fund balance for the year. Revenue sources by category, and this is in millions, and I just wanted to give you a pictorial view of our county sources. As you see, FY 17-18 in the county sources, they were fairly consistent with each other. If you compare 17, 18, and 19 together, federal sources, they've increased each year, and each category has increased as far as funding the district as well. In our general fund, so we talk about our actual costs for 2018-19, and as you can see there on that first line, our salaries and benefits, 86% of our revenues received in the district are spent on salaries and benefits, and that is the same estimate for 2019-2020. And so the district really only has 6% discretionary funds that we're able to spend. As you see, fixed costs are already accounted for. And so again, that number is there for our projected expenditures total in column 3 of 25.3 million. Then we would like to show you what our budget is by function, by fund. So in the general fund, there's our 25.3 million again, and so you see instruction is the highest expense at 14.1 million, followed by student transportation, and then, by operations, and then student transportation. In our building fund, we have an estimated budget of $916,000. We know that our facility acquisition line is $4,000. We have just purchased $265,000 in land, and so that is accounted for in that column. Our child nutrition budget is set for 1.475. Our sinking fund is 1.926. That is the debt service we need to cover our 2016 and 2017 debt levies for our bonds. We have our endowment funds. We just received our $25,000 award from State Farm. We have that included, as well as 2 scholarships that will be issued out this year. And then our insurance casualty fund, we have $50,000 that we were able to roll over and keep in our account for expenses. And then our bond fund, as you see, is the 1.2 bond sale that we just acquired this year. And so, what does that look like? Here's our general fund expenditures by function. It's just what we saw on the last slide, but it shows you that instruction is 56% of our expenditures when you break that down by function. And then again, you see our maintenance is there, and then followed by transportation. General fund expenditure analysis. And I'll just put this slide in here because I want to give you the same year analysis as I did on revenue. And as you see in FY13, we started out with $21 million in expenses, and then we were doing repairs and things to the district which were needed in 14 and 15, so our expenditures increased. And then as you see in 16 and 17, that is when we experienced our staff reduction. And so we are back on the upswing, as I mentioned, with FY18. And just want to show you that for FY19, our expenditures were $23,409,000. So some people ask, well, why do we have these large fund balances sitting there? And we want to show that we are expending our money that we're receiving. So you see there's a major jump there from $20 million to $23 million. And we have that fund balance on hand so that if there's any shortfalls or any foreseen expenditures, that the district would be able to operate for at least 2 months with the carryover on hand. Our budget guidelines for the building fund. Again, we know the building fund is an expense fund for the repairs throughout the district. The funds are derived from proceeds of the 5 mills building fund levy along with prior year carryover. So FY 19-20 carryover forward revenue is $740,000, which is a slight decrease of $32,989 that we saw on page 1 on the estimate of needs from FY 2018 and 2019. And so to give you a visual of their building fund carryover as analysis as well, we started in FY 13 with $711,000, and this trend is just like the building of the general fund, and it coincides with our expenditures as well. And you see there's a dip in the carryover. But after FY 16, we began to grow that fund balance again, and that is our continued mission and goal as well. However, we know that next year when we look at this same slide, it will be a decrease due to our fund purchase. But I know that Mr. Thompson will be working very well to keep his expenditures in line. And so with that, that is the conclusion of our 2019-20 budget presentation.